You're trying to stay calm and explain one simple thing. But a few minutes later, your mind feels full, your body feels tense, and you can barely think clearly anymore. Now the conversation feels bigger than the issue that started it. Something about the interaction has already shifted. Why do you feel overwhelmed during conflict? Often, it happens when too many things begin happening at once. The original issue is still there, but now there may also be blame, pressure, defensiveness, interruptions, old topics, or emotional intensity added on top of it. You're trying to respond to several things at the same time, and your mind may start working harder just to keep up. You may recognize the moment when clarity disappears and survival mode begins. You may notice yourself forgetting what you wanted to say. You may feel your chest tighten or your thoughts become scrambled. What this often does is shift the conversation from one issue that could be understood to many moving parts that are hard to hold together. From one concern to emotional overload. Your point begins to lose space. The focus begins to move toward managing the pressure instead of resolving the problem. And when that happens repeatedly, conflict can start feeling exhausting before it even begins. For them, creating overwhelm can become useful during conflict. If you feel mentally overloaded, it may be harder for you to stay organized, hold your point, or notice the conversation shifting. That can make it easier for them to control the pace, move away from the original issue, or avoid accountability. It can also help protect their image because the focus is no longer on what happened, but on the pressure inside the interaction. Some people describe this as a narcissistic communication pattern when it happens repeatedly. Not because every overwhelming disagreement means narcissism, but because the interaction can repeatedly organize around one person's reactions, intensity, or control of direction, while the other person's experience loses space. Managing the interaction can become more important than understanding the issue. If this happens once, it may be misunderstanding, but when it repeats, a pattern can form. In healthy conflict, both people stay with one concern long enough to understand it. Healthy conversations create steadiness, not overwhelm. Many people respond to this by trying harder, explaining more, or speaking faster just to be understood. But working harder inside an overloaded conversation can still leave you drained and unheard. Most people would struggle in a conversation with too many moving parts. Feeling overwhelmed can be information, not weakness. Recognizing this can bring clarity because it helps explain why conflict felt bigger than the issue itself. If this helped put words to your experience, like the video and subscribe to the channel. This channel exists to help you recognize narcissistic and manipulative patterns calmly, clearly, and without blame, so you can understand what's happening and trust yourself again. And when conversations unfold this way, another pattern often begins to form. In the next video, we're going to explain why they won't let you finish your point during conflict, and how that pattern keeps the conversation from resolving. Click here to watch.